Hi everyone, this is Abena. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel, Embrace Natural Beauty, where it is my goal to share with you very simple tips and techniques that have been helpful to me in my very own natural hair journey, which has been about 4 years now, that have helped me to maintain my hair, to keep it in good condition and to retain length, because I want you also to maintain your hair, to keep it in good condition and retain length, so that you enjoy your hair and embrace natural beauty of your own. Today, what I'm going to be sharing with you or talking about is refreshing your wash and go. I came about this topic based on the work that I did over the course of the past few weeks in the project on moisturizing low porosity hair. I recognized that there was a correlation between what I've been doing with my hair, refreshing it, especially the two front portions, the left and the front right portions of my hair where I have low porosity, and I've been refreshing it either on wash day or the next day. And so many of you had mentioned to me time and time again that your wash and goes do not last as long as mine. I usually get at least a week, and I could even go longer if I wanted to. But some of you have mentioned that you only get, a good day one wash and go, or maybe 2 or 3 days at most. And so I've been asking and asking if you would share with me what those images look like. At what point does your hair no longer look presentable? And I think I've got the answer. And so it would have to do with all the frizziness that you get, the loss of curl definition, and of course the loss of moisture retention, which is due most likely to your porosity level. And so if you have high porosity or low porosity, you're going to be dealing with low moisture retention, and therefore that leads to less curl definition. So I'm going to share with you in this video a couple of ways that I've gone about refreshing the front portion, and then most recently what I've done with the rear, the crown section where it's the most, or the porosity level is even lower than the front. So stay tuned. I hope this broadcast is helpful to you, and I look forward to sharing with you more. Refreshing the front portions of my hair where there's low porosity is something I do either on the same day that I wash it after the majority of my hair has air dried, or I'll actually wait the next day. I will either just lay it down with pins or clips just to keep it keep it flat, or I will do this immediately. In either case, what I'm showing you here is the left front portion. I had put it up in a twist. It already has the moisturizer and the gel, which is I have the Butter and Love pudding as the moisturizer and the Curl Control Styling Lotion as the gel already applied to this section, but I didn't rake and smooth because I knew I was going to be recording. On the right hand side, you see that black like nozzle that's kind of sticking out. That's actually a lens to a high definition camera. I really wanted to show you in high definition what my frizz area looks like from the low porosity hair. It didn't come out as well as I wanted it to. I'm still struggling with, getting lighting in this small space. It doesn't seem to get adequate amounts of light. And then also, it's hard for me to actually see what I'm capturing. I can't see it in real time. I always have to go back and check later after I've already captured all of the video. What I'm showing you here is how I would typically refresh this portion. Now, because the hair is still fairly moist, I think the way that it further, receives more moisture is adequate enough for getting me the moisture retention and getting me the curl definition that I need. Because the first go around, no matter how hard I try with this combination of products, it just does not give me good curl definition. I'm going to show you later what it looks like when I use a stronger holding gel, which is something I recently started to do. But in this case, I'm showing you the refresher that I typically would do. And I want you to notice that I concentrate on adding more moisture with water well before applying my moisturizer and my gel. I really want to make sure the hair is adequately saturated with water, with moisture. And then my moisturizer here, as you can see, is the Wonder Curl Butter Than Love pudding, which I'm applying just at the top portions where it's most frizzy, and that's where it's lower porosity. and then you can see it wave up. So I know I'm really getting it's nicely moisturizing in addition to the water. And then the last layer is going to be the Wonder Curl Get Set Hair Jelly, which is a strong holding gel that's going to help me get better curl definition and hold of these resistant hairs. And so also notice that here in this refresher, what I'm doing is I'm shingling, but I'm pulling the hair forward. Yeah, I had to speed this up because it's very lengthy, but still the process is the same. Water first, then moisturizer, then gel. And so notice that I'm pulling it forward. This helps me to get more control of the hair rather than shingling the way I normally would and pulling it back. I noticed that by laying it down more, I get more control of the frizz. And so it's just a little bit more challenging. But in order to dry it, I put a clip so it wouldn't be just standing in my face. And you can see it's air drying there now. And then to finish, this was at the end of the week to show that I was able to maintain a good level of curl definition for a full week after having done that refresher. Now, in sharp contrast, here I am showing you what it looks like when I just lay the front down, knowing that it's not going to be enough curl definition for me to do the regular shingle. So I would just go ahead and lay it down, applying the gel, and then I would put these pins in. What this does for me is it reduces the amount of frizz because it holds the hair together, so it can just stay kind of together rather than just puffing up. And then later what I would do is follow up with the refresher after the majority of my hair had fully air dried. But in this case, or in this go round, I did not refresh the front of my hair. It wasn't intentional. I was just planning to do it on camera for this video and never got around to it because of my schedule. So you're going to see what it looks like. Here is day 6 of my hair not being refreshed. I have no curl definition, just from laying it down to reduce the amount of frizz was fine. It contained some of the frizz, but I never got the curl definition that I would normally get after doing a refresher at the end of wash day or the next day. And then also I want to show you here, I'm able to camouflage this because I have so much hair, so I was able to tuck it, behind my ears, but normally I don't wear my hair like this. Normally I do go ahead and do a refresher for the front portions of my hair. Okay, this may look familiar to you. Yes, this was the wash day that I decided to, for the first time, refresh the back of my hair. So I wanted you to see what it looked like before I refreshed it. This is the back of my hair. It looks pretty fine, but by day 5, I had decided I'm going to do this refresher because I want to do this for the video. I had never done a refresher of the back portion, the crown section of my hair that pretty much needs it the most because it is the driest. So here I am determining which portions need to be refreshed by feeling for low definition. If I didn't feel like a good clumping of wave and curl, then I knew that that was low porosity hair. And so after I isolated that area, I was able to pin up the front and put it out of the way, so that way it saves me half the amount of time to do this refresher. So for this first time doing a refresher, I decided to do it as if I was really just redoing my hair, but just half of it. So I did my staple shampoo, which was the Aveda Damage Remedy. Here I stepped out of the shower to show you what it looks like. So with the shampoo on my hair, you can see how moist it gets, removing anything that hinders, or blocks the hair from receiving moisture really helps my hair to get moisture. So this is what it looks like. Then I rinse that off and then go ahead and put the conditioner on. Now, when I place the conditioner on my soaking wet hair, as you can see, it literally coats the hair. It makes it feel softer and smoother, which is great. But I just want you to notice that it's a contrast to when the hair has shampoo on it. Shampoo actually lifts and removes any barriers, and actually you do receive more moisture when you put the shampoo on, as opposed to, just the softness and the smoothness that you get from coating the hair with the conditioner. So that's why I encourage you not to co-wash for low porosity hair. It's okay for normal porosity hair and for high porosity hair, but for low porosity hair, co-washing during your midweek refresher would not be as beneficial as actually cleansing the hair. But then I'll show you another way that I went about refreshing this hair later on in this portion of the video. So afterwards, I actually put a lot of effort into trying to capture what what the next day looked like, but because I spent so much time trying to get high definition and recording throughout the day, I actually was tired by the time I finished my hair. So I didn't take the time to shingle my hair. I did a quick rake and smooth, and then my hair was still wet when I went to bed. It was after midnight. So I wound up putting my hair up in a twist, which left me with very little definition. So I had moist hair, or hair that had been moistened on day 5, which is good for the hair, but I didn't have much definition. So this wasn't the best example, but I tried. So now I want to show you what it looked like the next time I decided to do a refresher on my low porosity hair in the crown section. This is my hair freshly washed, and you can see that first 2 to 3 inches looks very low porosity because it doesn't get any definition whatsoever, barely gets moisture in. This is how I'm going to do this. Okay. A number of you had asked me if it's okay to re-wet your hair like the next day or however often you need to in order to get that definition in our low porosity hair. And I said to you, sure, there's nothing wrong with re-wetting your hair. The only reason why I normally have not re-wet the back is because I have so much hair, and 2 reasons. I can hide it. I don't notice it. And then secondly, because I have so much hair, it literally would be doing an entire half. That doesn't sound right. It would require doing half of my head, which is still a lot of hair. So the time dedication that I would need to set aside for that would need to be at least 2 hours. But what I'm going to do is not really going to be a refresher for the back, because this is just day 2, my second day here. So I'm going to try this. Like I said, I normally don't do the back. I always do the front, but I normally don't do the back. So I'm going to redo the back, not completely, like getting in the shower and drench it and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to see how I'm going to do it. I'll show you how I'm going to do it because I'm getting ready to record it. It'll be my first time doing this. Doing the back on the second day. But then also I'm going to try and do this 2 ways. I'm going to capture this with my normal camera and then with my high definition. And with my high definition, it's harder for me to see the focus because I can't view it. And so I'm just going to record the before and the after on my high definition. But the during I'm going to use this camera. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do this. I wanted to share that on-camera explanation to give you a sense of how much thought and preparation goes into making these videos in order to share this information with you all. Now, this is just regular water. So I just showed you the water bottle that I'm going to be using. Right now, what I'm doing is isolating the low porosity section of my hair. I'm only going to refresh that portion. So I tucked away the nape area, and I'm now tucking away the front and loosely wrapping it with a silk scarf to retain my curl definition. The last time when I did the other refresher, I got, a lot of stretch, and I didn't want to repeat that here. And so what I'm doing now is I'm moisturizing with my water bottle. I'm making sure I get water from root to tip, so I'm going to spray as much as necessary until I have adequate amount of moisture from the water before I reapply my product. Now I'm going to reapply my moisturizer, which is the Wonder Curl Butter Than Love Pudding. I'm going to apply it first to the root area and start to pull that down. This method of refreshing by concentrating on moisture getting absorbed into the hair first will increase moisture retention, which having more moisture retention will increase your curl definition. So if you are refreshing your hair, I encourage you to make sure that you're getting a good amount of moisture from water before you reapply your products. This will be my second application of the moisturizer. And so I'm just using the rake and smooth technique to pull the product all the way through until I have it all the way to the ends before I move to the next layer of application, which is going to be the gel. There's the gel, which I'm going to apply first to the ends of my hair and work my way up. The second application I'm going to apply at the root area and pull down until I have my hair completely covered with the gel. Now with applying product or refreshing the hair on day 2 as opposed to waiting until the middle of the week and doing like a full refresher with shampoo and conditioner. I like this method. What I like about it is that my hair was still fairly moist. It wasn't like dried out and brittle, and the hair was able to continue to receive moisture very well and stay moist. So moisture retention was really good, and I got even more curl definition than, the first go around. So I find this method works really, really well. I did it again. I did it on day 3, pretty much the same results. The benefit of doing a refresher using shampoo and conditioner for low porosity hair in particular is that you're going to really remove product buildup, which is going to help you get a lot of moisture into the hair. And the more moisture you get in, the more moisture retention you can have. So, and then also because you're shampooing and conditioning the hair, you're actually putting more wear on the hair, which will help to increase your porosity level. So for those of you who know from my previous video on moisturizing low porosity hair, you notice that I use these gentle methods. My hair does eventually become more porous. So the more I were to shampoo my hair more like in the middle of the week, it probably become more porous earlier. So this is the next day after I took the hair down after pinning it up. And again, I got some stretch that I did not want. It's a lot of work doing these refreshers. I would only do it if I felt the need to. And so like I said, the front of my hair absolutely needs to be refreshed. The back of my hair, so much work for me. I don't think I would do it. And so if you are going to be refreshing your hair, I really just want to stress to you the importance of getting water to your hair before you reapply product. You will see more curl definition when you have more moisture retention. In order to get moisture retention, you need to first get moisture to your hair. As a reminder, there is a prior video which was the overview for moisturizing low porosity hair, and then I'm going to be editing a video on moisture retention for low porosity and high porosity hair coming up soon. In the meantime, you can stay connected with me on my various social media platforms, and make sure you're following me on Twitter and Periscope, because I will be broadcasting live, most likely on Sunday evenings, which is when I finish editing the video. And so I will make the announcement on my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Facebook an hour ahead of time, and you will receive an alert when I begin the broadcast on Periscope. So I thank you so much for tuning in, for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you all so much.